Okay, everyone, here's a quick reminder of what is the reciprocal of a fraction. So today we're looking at the reciprocal of a fraction. All right, so the definition for reciprocal of a fraction, which I think you should pause the video and write in your notebook, is the reciprocal of a fraction is the fraction we get by changing the positions of the numerator and the denominator. So what we're really doing is just like we're flipping the fraction upside down. If you think about it that way, we're putting the number that's the numerator, it becomes the denominator, and the number that is the denominator now becomes the numerator. All right, so let us look at some examples. So for example, if we have let me get my little pen. If we have the fraction 2/3 and we want the reciprocal of 2/3, the reciprocal of 2/3, we're going to take this denominator and put it as the numerator, and we're going to take this numerator and put it as the denominator. So 2/3 now becomes 3/2. All right, let's do another one so that to make sure we have it. All right, let us look at one like 6/8. What we're going to do, we're going to flip them around. That will become here, and this will move under here. That's exactly what we're doing. Okay, so the reciprocal of 6/8 now becomes 8/6. All right, let me give you one for you to try for yourself. Let us try 3/5. What would the reciprocal of 3/5 be? Yes, you are correct. The reciprocal would be 5/3. So that's pretty easy there. There's no problems there. So now we want to look at the reciprocal of whole numbers. Now let us think about this. Let us say, for example, we have a whole number, for example, 6. Now a whole number can be written as a fraction with a denominator of 1. So 6, if we are to write that as a fraction, we would write it as 6/1. Okay, so 6/1 is a fraction of 6. So now that we have this, how can we find the reciprocal? Just the way we were doing it before. We take the denominator, which will now becomes the numerator, and the numerator becomes the denominator. So the reciprocal of 6 is going to be 1/6. All right, let us try another one. Let us try 8. All right, so the first thing that we're going to have to do is to convert the whole number 8 into a fraction, and then that would be 8/1, and the reciprocal is 1/8. Now I don't want you to think that reciprocals only work for single digit numbers. So let us say we had a number, for example, 50. It can be any whole number, 50, and we want to find the reciprocal of 50. First, we would change that into a fraction, which is 50/1, and the reciprocal would be 1/50. Okay, no problems there. Now let us look at the reciprocal of mixed numbers. So let us say we have a fraction, let's take 1 1/3, and you need to find the reciprocal of that. The first thing that we'll have to do, we will have to change this mixed number into an improper fraction, and the improper fraction for this is 4/3. Okay, so we know the fraction is 4/3. What would the reciprocal be? Well, we're just flipping over the fraction, so the reciprocal is going to be 3/4. All right, let's take a look at another example. Let us start with, let's take 3 2/5. So we have the mixed number 3 2/5, and we want to find out what is the reciprocal. What we need to do is find out what is improper. Change this mixed number into an improper fraction, and when we do that, we'll have 17/5, 17/5, and the reciprocal is going to be 5/17. All right, let us take a look at one last one now, and I'm going to ask that you do this one by yourself. 2 4/7, and I want you to change that into an improper fraction and give me what the reciprocal would be. Okay, did you finish? Okay, so we know that 2 4/7, the improper fraction would be 18/7, and therefore the reciprocal is going to be 7/8. All right, well done. Now, you may ask, when am I ever going to use the reciprocal of a fraction? Why do we need to know it? And you are going to need to know this when you're doing dividing of fractions, which is coming up next. All right, see you soon.